Hi, this is Marci, and welcome to our X39 interview today with Peter Ngo and our doctor team. We're so excited to have you here. Peter will be introducing our chiropractors today and finding out why they like the X39 stem cell activation patch. After that, Peter will go into how the product works and how you can get it. So with that, Peter, why don't you go ahead and start the call?
Thank you so much, Marci, and happy Friday, everyone. Welcome to our Friday one-on-one live interviews with our medical professionals. And it's one of our favorite days because we get to really go in depth on who our partners are, but also go into the in-depth of our medical professionals who are really catching on with this photobiomodulation technology with our X39 stem cell activation patch. And as I'm so excited to actually introduce Dr. Jon Harmon, who's been with us for about 2 months now. And it's so exciting for a professional medical chiropractor who's actually sees the technology, but actually is working to share this technology with his colleagues. So let me give a quick introduction to who Dr. Jon Harmon is. He is a father of 8 children and 22 grandchildren. He's a board certified chiropractor for the last 30 years. And he's also a board certified, board certified in quantitative EEG interpretation and neurofeedback. And he's also the founder and owner of Clear Mind Center of Idaho. And he's our favorite chiropractor here on our team. Dr. Jon Harmon, are you available? And we're going to have to find you right here.
Yep.
Dr. Harmon, how you doing today?
I had a few technical difficulties, but I switched over to my phone, so I'm here. Well, thank you very much for that introduction.
Oh, you're welcome, Dr. Harmon. And you know, you're one of our favorite chiropractors here, and I know you've only been with us for 2 short months, but can you share with our audience really quick who you are, what did you see here, and how did you get involved with us, and how are you able to already build such a quick team? And we're so excited for you to share your new teammates with us here also. So I'm gonna pass it to you, Dr. Harmon.
Thank you very much. For those of you who already know this story, sorry, but there's some new people on the call. And like Peter said, I've been a chiropractor for 30 years, and it hasn't been a straight line with strictly chiropractic. Back in 2012, I also got certified in oxidative medicine, which is the use of ozone to help people. We do IV prolozone injections and those types of things. There's somebody needs to be muted there. Thank you. So I expanded out and did some other healing things. We had some pretty traumatic things happen in my family in 2010 and 2011. All within a 1-year time, we had a suicide and murder in my close family, and that shook my world when my younger daughters couldn't get better from the insomnia, depression, and anxiety that they had. So I went on a search, and I decided that my new path was going to be fixing brains and helping people get better that way. So he mentioned founder and owner of Clear Mind Center of Idaho. We do, I'll just say this one time, and then we'll just call it a brain map if it comes up again, but it's quantitative EEG. That simply looks at the electrical activity in the brain, and we look for where there's too much or too little activity. And then we have various means of correcting those things. We use neurofeedback, we use cold laser therapy, and I also do functional neurology, which is basically trying to connect the networks and the hubs so they talk to each other again so that things work. So my plan was to have the biggest and best brain place in Idaho. And we were really, really busy. The month before the shutdown, we were looking at the schedule, and we were so busy we couldn't take on any new patients. So I was in the process of expanding, had interviewed another assistant, and then all of a sudden we're closed. And what I learned from that is that shutdown was no respecter of any profession, education, financial situation at all. We were just closed. And the next day, my good friend Savvy Vargas sent me a text that said, "What do you know about stem cells?" And I said, "Well, Dr. Smith in the office I work in does them, and they're $5,000. And he said, what if you could activate your own stem cells simply by wearing a patch?" And I was one of the people who, you know, I thought about it for about 5 seconds. I got it. I got the magnitude of it. And I said, "I'm in. Are you kidding me?" I said, if that works, it has the potential to change all aspects of healthcare. Maybe if we have time, we'll talk a little bit about that. So we went to work, and everybody was told to stay home. So we didn't, I just sat in my office sending out text messages and instant messages. And I said, "Hey, what do you know about stem cells?" Which started the conversation. Lo and behold, everybody I talked to wanted to use them. And then they decided to be a customer or a teammate. And in 2 months, if you would have told me when this first started that within 30 days, I would, in this system, and it's nothing special about me, it's just that the system works so well if you work the system, that I would be able to create a 5-figure monthly income in a month, I would say you're crazy. And I only say that to give encouragement. If you work this system, it will work for you. That's a little bit about my story. We've grown a lot. We brought in some really neat teammates, and one of those I had sent out some emails to, and just so you don't give up, I'll tell you that what happened with Dr. Michael HENZE. I sent him several emails which he never answered, but I was not going to give up, and I dropped some patches by his office. And I talked to his front office gal, Amy, and she seemed really excited about them. So I dropped some off for her and for Dr. HENZE and his wife, and he was really busy with some other stuff going on and the shutdown, and he was staying open. And then by the time Dr. HENZE and I came back around, I went into his office, and Amy had already gone on she had such a great response, she'd already gone on the corporate website and ordered her own patches. So then Dr. HENZE got to work, and he got it. And I was looking at his organization. The dude has already sponsored 28 people, and I don't even know how many, 4 weeks maybe, I don't know. But let me tell you a little bit about him. He's 56 years old. He's been married for 34 of those 56. 3 kids. He's a slacker. I got 8. You got nothing on me there, Mike. Practicing chiropractic for 24 years. He has been actively involved in the state association meeting and has been vice president of the Idaho Association of Chiropractic Physicians here in our state. When you read the list of all the things that he does with his family, and skiing and boating and motorcycle riding and backpacking and camping, water surfing, wakeboarding, and the Boy Scouts, it makes me tired. He and I, for years, were basically right across the street from each other. And I, in circles, you know, I hear people, they say, "What do you do?" I say, "I'm a chiropractor." "Oh, I see Dr. HENZE." But I got to tell you, the Dr. HENZE's patients really love him, and they talk about him a lot when they're telling me about him. So I want to introduce you to one of our new teammates who's killing it. Sorry, the COVID, you can't say that, right? Dr. HENZE, are you there?
I am. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
I'm here.
All right. Well, I want you to polish your crown now. I built you up pretty good.
Yeah, I got to be careful. If I step the wrong direction, I'm going to fall off that pedestal you just made for me.
Yes, I know. Well, I wanted to ask you a couple of questions. Would you share with us why you said yes to these X39 patches first? And I have a couple more questions when you finish with that.
So first of all, you know, I think we all get busy at times, and I certainly didn't. I'm not a real good emailer unless it's something I'm really like lasered in on, and so I missed all your emails, and so I would just throw out there for those listening: don't give up just because you send an email and people don't respond, especially if they're busy people. It's probably nothing personal. They probably just, like me, miss it. When you came into the office, my staff just put those on my desk, those 2 envelopes, and with a little note from you. And I was like, yeah, okay. And I meant to get right on them, and it took me a week or 2. And I was like, Amy, my staff member, she said, hey, have you tried those patches? So great job, Dr. Harmon, talking to her and just, you know, connecting there. And I was like, yeah, I got to do that. I took them home and I told my wife, I said, I got something I need you to try with me. And she says, what do they do? And I literally just turned the package over, the envelope. I said, I don't know, but Jon Harmon, you know Jon, she didn't remember you. I said, well, he's a great chiropractor and worked across the street from me for a long time. Good guy. He says I should look at these, so we're going to look at them. We're going to give them a try. And there's 4 of them in here. And what do they do? I said, it looks like they're going to do something to help us with stem cells. And I just read through that with her, and she's like, oh, okay. My wife, she's a fantastic person, but she doesn't care the least about the science and of chiropractic or nutrition, etc. She just doesn't want to be involved in that and just likes me to take care of that kind of stuff. So she's like, okay, I'll try them. Where do we put them? Put them on the back of our neck. Day 3, she says to me as I'm getting ready to leave for the day, she says, hey, you got more of those patches, right? I said, no, that was a 4-day trial, dear. Do you still have your 4th one? She says, yeah, but that's it. I got 1 more after today. And I said, okay, why are you asking me? And she's super healthy, always has been. It's kind of irritating. Well, she says, well, my wrists have been bugging me again. And she's had some trouble with her wrists because she works out and lifts too heavy a weight for herself, and she doesn't ever work on her forearms. And so she's had trouble in the past. She was helping our oldest daughter with just had their 4th baby. And the next youngest is a little tank. He's a 2-year-old and very big boy. She'd been lifting him and holding him a lot, and it was really affecting her wrists, causing her to lose sleep. She didn't say anything to me. I sleep like a rock, so I never knew. She said, well, I've been awake a lot the last few weeks, and since these patches, since the 2nd night, I was able to sleep through the night. So it wasn't like a miracle where the pain was completely gone and the tingling was completely gone in those 2 days. 3 days, but it was a lot better, and it had her attention. I can't get the woman to take vitamins or nutritional supplements.
I feel your pain.
But boy, she was all about the patches. So that's what did it, Jon. And I said, I got to get him because Tammy really likes him. I came to the office and I mentioned that to Amy, and she goes, oh, good, because I've already signed up. My staff member. And I said, you did? Why didn't you say something? She said, well, I wanted you to just try them yourself and see. So yeah, that's how it happened. And then I started looking into it like I should have originally. And yeah, it's been a good ride. It's been 3 weeks.
You a little bit slow on the email, but since you got started, you're in like warp speed. So I guess you're making up for time now. Thank you. I'm really pleased to hear that story. You mentioned a little bit about it with your wife, but I didn't hear the whole thing about her sleeping so well. So what have some of your patients seen since then?
So we've seen probably the biggest one is better rest. They're feeling more rested in the morning. Of course, aches and pains are subsiding. Mental clarity, those are the things I keep hearing, and I frankly didn't expect that so much, but that's what I'm hearing most of all. And I don't mind telling you, this has been a very short 3-week period where at first we were just giving out little sample packs of 4 and 4 and 4, and it took me a while to get my act together and get some decent envelopes. We were making photocopies of yours, the couple that you brought over, and finally I got some envelopes. But you know, my patients, they didn't care. Whatever we had, they took, and so it would take them. It took about a week for the first group to try them and then look into it and decide. And boy, it's just snowballed since then. I had a gal today come in, and she said, I hear you can sign up as a distributor for this, and like I could sell them. You don't have to be a doctor to sell them. I said, yeah, that's absolutely true. And she goes, well, you didn't say anything about that. I said, well, it doesn't really matter if they don't work, right? First you gotta feel like it works or know that it works. And so she, just before, like 20 minutes before this meeting started, she asked me if I'd help her get signed up. So
that's a great story.
So that's how it's, so there's a lot of people that are really, they're in their first and second weeks of a full week or two. So the reports are coming in slow but sure with it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. At first, that's kind of how it starts out. You feel like you're just giving out patches, and all of a sudden, this avalanche starts to happen. And I've been known to tell people, you have no idea what's about to hit you.
Right.
Didn't I say that to you?
Yes.
I think I did. I think I said that at your front desk. Yeah. Where do you see, when you think about all of the potential with helping people with their health, you can easily see as you get experience with the different, you said I didn't expect them to have the better sleep, the better mood, and those things. But with your chiropractic adjustments, since that GHK copper peptide helps with collagen repair, you can see how pretty much every chiropractor should incorporate them into their practice, because it helps patients hold their adjustments better.
Right.
I don't think any of your patients have been doing it long enough, but that might be something to note as well as you go along on this. Where do you see going from here? Just continuing on, just close your practice down, do this full time? I'm just kidding.
No, I'm having too much fun practicing, but yeah, it's I don't know, honestly, John. What I know is it's super easy to get people interested in it, like nothing I've ever seen before, as far as health-minded people. Number one. Number two, my approach with anything like this is very low key, and I have a sneaking feeling that we're going to see a lot of people that are signing up as clients end up becoming distributors, because they're going to bring people to us, and I'm going to say, listen, why don't you sign up as a distributor and we'll put them under you if you want. And I think, it's just the natural process of it, but I don't know. I've meant to get online and see how much money I've made, but I'm not sure yet.
One more question. Somebody put a question in the chat box. How did you train your staff to do this?
I just said, watch me. They said, well, what are you going to say? I said, I'm not really sure. I'm just going to wing it. And I started out just exactly with what you suggested, which was at the end of, and you know this, Jon, that for a chiropractor, you don't want to bring this up in the middle of their treatment. You want to do it at the end, because you don't want it to get in the way of what we're doing for them. And so at the end, I would say, hey, quick question. What do you know about stem cells? And they would say whatever they knew, which everybody knows something, it seems like, about them. Some know a lot more. And I would just throw out that next question, which it sounds like Savvy, you got it from Savvy, which we got to give him credit for that. I know Savvy Vargas. Hey, Savvy. Anyway, I asked them, wouldn't it be great if there was a product that could boost your own stem cell production and activity in your body? And something to that effect. And then I just stop and I look at them with a little grin on my face and wait for them to process, because it takes a moment. And they say, well, almost every time they say, well, yeah, but is there anything like that? And at first I would tell them, I believe so. I believe I've found something like that. The research supports it. I've only tried it for a week and I signed up, and here I have them. And so now I'm telling them, yes, this works. It's working for me. It's worked for my wife. It's worked for dozens of patients now. So yeah, I can tell you for myself, it works.
So
and
that little question at the end of the visit really piques their interest and gets the mind churning. Thank you so much. I'm sure everybody has really gotten, felt good about getting to know you a little bit. And I can tell that you have done your due diligence. And when you said, yeah, I think there might be something, but now you say that there is something that can help with that. Peter, I wanted to say one more thing, if that's okay.
You should take it away.
Okay. Only because you asked me, and you said that people want to know exactly how the patches work.
Yes.
A simple way of saying it. There are amino acids, organic crystals, and some salts in that little polyester sleeve. When you put it on your body, the infrared heat from the body collects in that patch. When it reaches a certain state, it actually gives off a frequency of light. That light, that is a signal that turns back on the little factory in our body that used to make this substance that tells our body to make more stem cells. That's it. That's all I got.
Wow. Thank you so much, Dr. Harmon. And thank you so much, Dr. Michael HENZE. Thank you for all coming on here. And I just want everybody to really just grasp what happened. Literally, these are two doctors who've gone through medical school. They've been in the profession for decades and decades. And literally, Dr. Michael HENZE, within a couple of days, just turns around and just has his staff just saying, watch me do this, right? Where in turn can you just turn around so quickly and just go through training in terms help people? And I think every medical professional in this world, you know, when you came into the profession, you here to really find the best solution for humankind. And I think we found it in the most natural, fastest way to do it. And thank you both gentlemen for coming on. And I think everyone here today, I think we maxed out at over 100, so we couldn't get more people in. We did upgrade, just to let everybody know. So thank you. And before I show everyone how can you get involved with us also, you know, we have two medical doctors here. If you want to ask them how much does it cost for them to put up their profession, how much their education cost, their medical office cost, their staff cost, everything to just operate, right? And then we go to this simple business where they're just adding this on literally to their, I don't know if you can call it protocol or to their clients, but just by saying yes to this, by saying yes to LifeWave. LifeWave is a 15-year-old company. They're doing business in over 100 countries already. They have 12 fulfillment centers, 2 manufacturing, one in San Diego and one in Ireland, where that's the headquarters of stem cell research and development. Now, the doctors that are joining us, they're not just joining us, they're actually partnering up with a stem cell activation company or a frequency company that's already doing business already. For just by saying yes to this business, just like all of us here. And now, how can the patients can partner up with their doctors? And now how can the doctors partner up with their patients? That is what our industry is all about. So also, now to get started with us, the doctors also said yes to a $5 a day program, okay? So to be a customer here, all it is a retail cost is $149. You can also get this at wholesale cost at $99 by just ordering it every month. And, you know, Dr. Harmon, Dr. Michael HENZE here, they're getting a lot of customers and preferred customers, as this is called a residual program. Now, to join us as a member, we have 5 different packages. Our favorite package is called the silver package, where you have 3 of these sleeves at wholesale cost at $299. Once you get the sleeves in your hands and you start patching it, you start sharing it, and you see results for yourself and through your friends, we can always upgrade to what we call a diamond pack, where you're getting 19 of these sleeves for $1,600, 2 months of your business paid for, and you're getting a higher commission structure. And this is literally a fast way to just build your team or just have a lot of products on hand. And a lot of our medical doctors are really coming in with the diamond pack because they do see the value of getting this into their patients' hands. So I hope everybody really enjoyed today. I certainly have, getting to know our medical professionals here. Marci, I will pass it back on to you so you can just share a couple of our updates, and everyone enjoy your Friday, okay? Go work out and go see some sun.
You know, I just have to say this was the best call ever. It was just so much information, not just testimonials, but really how the product works from a doctor, as well as how doctors are actually sharing it. And what was amazing is Dr. Michael basically shares the stem cell activation patch with our sharing envelopes. It was just like this. And if you need to know how the patch works, you ready for this? Dr. Michael just read the envelope to his people. And so I just think that's awesome. And it's such an easy system, okay? So if you do want more information, you can go to startx39.com. There is a 3-minute video about how these stem cell activation patches work. There's a 20-minute video by our owner, inventor, David Schmidt, and he talks about the science. And by the way, just a week ago, we got a 20-year patent that says, yes, indeed, our stem cell activation patch elevates GHK copper peptide, which is the protein that Dr. Harmon was talking about that actually activate our stem cells, make more stem cells, and make them younger. So really, when you put, are you ready for this? Young stem cells on old tissue, guess what happens? You turn the tissue young again. And that's just true. That's what's happening. We're not anti-aging. Look at us. We're age reversing, and it's really super a blessing. So go to startx39.com for all that information. Also, tomorrow, if you'd like to join our training, that is at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 o'clock Eastern. And we will be doing training on our training bot, videos, we're going to watch them together, and we're going to learn rapid funnel, the way we text information out to people. It will be very good. If you'd like to join us, you go to zoom.us, you click join, and you enter the number 379-717-7845. And we will be posting that on our new, on our old WhatsApp program and on our new Telegram, so you can send that out to folks. So with that, we are so excited that you all came. I will be posting the recording on Telegram in just a few minutes, so you can get that out to your folks. And we thank you so much for coming today. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone. Happy Friday.